happy weekend. This is the first weekend we officially had some football going on. We got some college games. Obviously, they're not the best of college games, but still exciting. Welcome to the Weekend Zone. I hope you watched us before you turned on your TV to watch football. I'm your host, Britt Johnson. You guys can follow me on all social media at I am Britt Johnson.
It's your boy Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K.
What's going on, guys? It's Jackie Ray. You can follow me everywhere at JRay the Fanatic.
All right, guys, let's get right into this because we got some stuff to talk about today. So earlier this week, first of all, happy birthday to Marcus and Markieff Morris. So they celebrated their birthday this week, the twins did. But for a birthday present, the NBA decided to fine Marcus Morris $35,000 for recklessly striking Luka above the shoulders on his flagrant 2 foul that got him ejected from the game. They also fined Luka $15,000 for throwing the ball at the referee. Chris, I'm just going to ask you thoughts. Do you think this $35,000 was warranted?
I think that's just the perfect birthday present for Marcus Morris, if you ask me. I'm sure he was expecting it. Was it warranted? I don't know. I think maybe a little bit because the NBA is the NBA, and they're gonna have to make some action, especially since
protect
it was on
their
Luka.
stars.
Yes, Luka Doncic. So you gotta do something. I don't know. I thought the ejection was enough, but I'm also not surprised because it is Marcus Morris. I'm sure he's not either. So happy birthday, Mook. Enjoy your $30,000.
Well, I saw his baby girl was at the game on Thursday.
Yeah.
He got a little kiss from her before the game started. So I'm sure that's prize enough and gift enough for him.
Right.
Speaking of prizes, gifts, money, new contracts, Jadeveon Clowney's not about that life, apparently. He's basically saying it's either $15 million or I'm not playing. There's been teams that have hit him up, including the Seahawks, trying to give him $12 million, whatever, $11 million, this, that, and the third. Literally, I think every team has probably sent a proposal over his way, and he has denied all of them because he says he knows his worth, and it is at least $15 million. Jackie, what are your thoughts on that? Do you think, what if it's $14 million? Should he just take the $14 million or just not play at all and get zero million?
I think he feels like I feel about Cleveland because Cleveland has apparently matched that at some point. They did maybe it was the length of time because I think it was like a 1-year deal and then they was like, okay, we'll go up to 3. But they've apparently matched that and he's apparently like, nah, I'm not.
Guys take pay cuts for him to get that.
Right. And he's like, nah, I'm not checking for Cleveland like that. So I said this earlier in the week. First of all, I'm not mad at him. Y'all know I'm not mad at him for not going to Cleveland because bruh. But secondly, it's like if you really want to play though, and then here's a team that's offering you the money that you want and you want to fall on everyone else's bandwagon that Cleveland is actually going to get it together, then go to Cleveland. Or say you don't want to play. Don't just have people hanging on like, hey, so about that workout, and you just ignoring
calls. Other guys to make room for him.
Right. And even his agent came out and was like, he's unresponsive. I'm working on it. What does that mean? Like when your agent comes out and says that, I don't know what's going on in his head unless he's really just done with football. I don't think it's his knowing his worth thing because somebody else knows his worth as well, and he hasn't stepped up to the plate and even gotten a physical done. So I don't know.
Yeah. I feel like that's like, how in Jackie, you can probably attest to this. Like we'll have like, I need a man, or like, I wish I was dating this guy. And then some guy's like, hey, I want to date you. Not you.
Not you, though.
I've been there. I have prayed. I'm like, God.
Nobody likes them. And then 20 people message them and you're like, not you.
My mom has gotten on my case about that. Like, I'll pray, God, please send me somebody. And then he'll send me somebody, be like, not him, God. Send me somebody. My mom is like,
God. That's
what?
And honestly, they'll match a bunch of stuff on your list. But
it's that one thing.
That one thing, no. Then you change your list again. No, now they're missing this one thing.
Right.
And that is Jadeveon Clowney now.
You guys know this, but hearing it straight from y'all mouth, that I feel for other guys even more now. That's crazy.
Hey, I've moved on. I'm a better person now, Chris.
All right.
All right, guys, so that is it for honorable mentions. Chris, what you got for us?
We got some athlete trash talk, starting with LeBron James and Draymond Green versus Royce White. Now, Jackie Ray, I'm sure, is going to be fuming when I start to read how Royce White feels about how Draymond Green and LeBron James are attacking the social justice issues and spreading awareness. We heard Draymond Green talk on CNN the other day He had said, I'll actually read the quote. He said, you put it in terms of a concert, when a performer is on stage, if you're sitting in the nosebleeds, the only way you can hear that performer is because they have a microphone and they're on stage. If we leave our stage and we drop our microphone, we can no longer, for those people that we are speaking for, parts of our community whose voices aren't heard, it's extremely important that we continue to speak for them. So basically he's talking about the fact that, the NBA is still playing and how it's important for players to play and still speak while they're playing. But Royce O'Neal, wrong Royce. Royce White. See, I'm thinking about the one that was playing recently. Royce White, who we know is in the big three right now. Royce White's saying that is not enough. He is saying that guys like Draymond Green and LeBron James, they are talk, but they're not about the action. He quoted this on TMZ saying he's mistaken. He's off the path with that. Tell you by saying this is not about awareness campaigns anymore. Report to the front lines. If you can't report to the front lines, then send aid. He also then took a little shot at LeBron James by saying, go to Akron, Ohio, march with the people, stay there until something really changes. And if they choose to be all the way violent, let your body be laying in the street when it's over. Stop it. So obviously, I think the normal person with common sense understands that, while that's all well and good, we know that is not entirely realistic when it comes to guys like LeBron James, So obviously, and I think we all understand that he doesn't necessarily need to be out there to still be making the changes LeBron has been doing.
But a whole school.
That's what I'm saying.
He sent how many kids to college? He's starting the More Than a Vote campaign.
Right.
It's silly. He's just looking for attention, in my opinion. And for him saying go to Akron, Ohio, come on, my guy. He's got a school there, number one, and he's got other little charities that he works with in Akron, Ohio. That's one of the reasons why people in LA have gotten mad at him, is because he's still so focused on Akron and doing so much in Akron, and he hasn't done as much in LA, but that is his home. So this guy, he clearly doesn't read, number one. And I hate when people do this whole get in the front lines, and if you have to sacrifice your body. That's not for everybody. I've said it time and time again that when we're talking about the social justice movement, you have to think of it like a military. There's guys in the Pentagon calling the shot. There's Marines on the ground. I'm a Marine. I'm on the ground. But LeBron is supposed to, I don't have the finances to be in the Pentagon. So I can't just send aid. LeBron does send aid. So I would employ this guy. Google is your friend, Royce. If you don't know about LeBron.
You don't know who Royce is.
Yeah, shoot, do something with your life, because we thought you was your brother, the one or whoever. That's not even his brother. It's the real Royce.
Yeah, I thought it was Royce O'Neal on the Jazz, man.
So look, just Google is your friend. Get your life together and keep LeBron James out your mouth.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Royce is one of those. He's part of the LeBron James hate brigade. He's had quite a few instances where he's said that he thinks that he could outplay LeBron James. LeBron James ain't that great. So this just continues with that brand.
Right.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
With your 2 points in your life.
Looking for attention over there. Okay?
This is
Can we shout out Draymond,
though? Mic for the wrong reason, my guy.
Can we shout out Draymond with an actual good analogy? Can we talk about that? That was a good analogy, that if you drop your mic, no one's going to hear you when you're on. Okay, Draymond.
On CNN too. Go ahead, Draymond.
Right.
Speak your piece, bro. Speak your piece.
He might not end up like Charles Barkley. I'm proud of him.
No, chill out.
Yeah. He was on TNT sitting next to Chuck on Thursday
I love that.
Right. I thought it was going to wear off on him. So, okay, Draymond.
Chuck playing nice with Draymond. But anyways, moving on from that little spat to some NBA players and ex-NBA players going in on Mr. Defensive Player of the Year, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, we remember that there was the quote that of the reporter asking him if he guarded Jimmy or if he was told not to guard Jimmy Butler and why not, and then he barked back like saying, I didn't do that. My coach, I'm gonna do what my coach tells me to do, and rada. Well, according to a lot of other players, they weren't a fan of Giannis' answer and by saying that I'm gonna do what coach wants to do instead of you just stepping up to the plate and stopping Jimmy Butler when he scored 40 points in game 1. Isaiah Thomas, not the legend Isaiah Thomas, the current NBA player Isaiah Thomas.
To him, he's a legend, though.
Right.
He always says he is the best point in the league.
Well, you can have that, Isaiah Thomas, but he said this about Giannis in that comment. He said, as a competitor and defensive player of the year, that's your job to take that assignment. I know Marcus Smart, Avery Bradley, Kawhi would have been like, F out of here, I'm guarding him.
I don't disagree with that sentiment.
I don't at all.
Like at all. At some point, I get you want to be
right.
you want to be the coach's guy, but if the coach is not making a call that's working, you defensive player of the year.
Way, bruh.
You gotta get it done.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that at all.
No, I'm completely agree with Isaiah Thomas. You know who else agrees? Kendrick Perkins, because he responded to that tweet saying straight up. That's all Kendrick had to say.
I can't believe we're agreeing with Kendrick here.
I know, right?
Now
Look at
that's
us.
making me rethink my whole.
Let me hear his whole quote. Say his whole quote.
That was it.
That was it.
Straight up. That's his response. That was his response to Isaiah Thomas.
Okay, yeah, we agree with Kendrick. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. And it's also crazy because I agree with someone else that I don't normally agree with, and that's Richard Jefferson, the Knicks hater extraordinaire. He said he asked that because you are the defensive player of the year, and Jimmy just had a career high 40. My question is, why did you ask him? Why did he ask that question? Like I said, when he was asked about guarding Jimmy, he looked like he was a little bit offended that someone would ask him that question and said, I'm doing what the coach tells me to do. Why would you ask me that? And I agree with Richard Jefferson too, because I just feel like that whole interview was just beautiful.
Now we need to drop a mic because Chris Clark cannot stand Richard Jefferson. So for him to agree with Richard Jefferson, wow.
I was just hoping Paul Pierce didn't say anything about it, because then I would have had to throw away then I would stop watching basketball together. If I'm agreeing with Paul Pierce, then we having a problem.
Get a little soft over there.
That's true. Yeah, I'm about to say it's not Wednesday. I can't. No, we ain't doing that. But yeah, and pretty much a lot of other people echoed that. Channing Frye responded, Richard Jefferson saying, Rich, I was asking this all night. Why, if you are the best player on the court and defensive player of the year, would you not want to guard the big the guy barbecuing the rest of your team? ? And yeah, I think we're all, and it's a lot more of that. A lot of other retired players saying it. A lot of riders saying the same thing, but pretty much the sentiment was the same. Everybody's calling out Giannis. But anyways, that's it for me here on Athlete Trash Talk. Now, please, Jackie, say that we have some kind of clapback.
I'm gonna have to say less, Chris, because we got so good. It's a snap, and I don't even know if it's a snap anymore. I think it's our little.
I missed the dance, though. I did miss the dance.
So here we go with our first of nothing, really. This first one comes from Timothy, but it's not
your Timmy?
It's not little Timmy. This is Timmy W, Timmy Wagner or whatever. But he goes, is this actually news? Like, seriously, at the Fumble, do you guys consider yourself journalists or ...
I would say the ... I'm a host. We're not out in the front lines getting actual clips of it. So
but you and I have both worked in that capacity. Yes, we're journalists.
We can do it, but that's just not this platform.
Right.
We're not out there trying to break news stories. We're just giving our commentary on current stories.
Like most sports commentators.
Yes, that is the difference. Now, that is Stephen A. Smith is a commentator and host. He is not a journalist anymore. He was a journalist.
He was.
He's not anymore. That is the Fumble.
I feel like we need the Sesame Street song playing in the background because you're teaching them so well.
Yes, I'm
Britt.
teaching you guys the difference, because not everybody's job, like you said in the military, not everybody's job in this business, just because you're in sports media, don't mean we all do the same thing. There's announcers, there's reporters, there's anchors, there's commentators, there's analysts. They're all actually different jobs.
Yep. Ta-da!
And that is my TED Talk for today.
we might need some more education, because this one says, are sports even on this channel? This is like TMZ with just athletes. I'm going to take that as a compliment, considering how many views TMZ gets. But
yeah, that he contradicted himself. What does he mean? Like, then we're still talking about sports because we're talking about the athlete. Right. I don't understand his I don't know. Try again. Okay.
This one is even worse. It says, y'all fell off heavy, LMFA. Oh.
Man.
That's it.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Okay, and my favorite of the bunch, because clearly something is in the slow waters, because this one says, and I'm going to read it exactly as usually I try to help y'all and correct y'all as I read, but I'm going to read it. He goes, why do all the Fumble reporters are women with deceptively male names. And then somebody comments back, Brittany is a male name. Hold up. My real name is Jacqueline. I can see
Jacqueline
Jadeveon.
is the middle name.
You know what I mean? So
really, he's only talking about Devin. Devin's it could be
go
a
either
male
way.
or female name.
But seriously, if that's all you have to say,
What is that?
can't you just say less?
He just want to hear himself type.
Right, and it's like, it's not, our name isn't even in, like, when you see the thumbnail, it doesn't say Devin says this about, so you don't know that if you're getting a male or female before, you don't know what host it is.
I'll co-sign that maybe my name, if you in the deep south, and Jackie Ray, I reckon could be a fella's name.
No,
You're stretching.
I've never,
Yes.
like,
I am trying to help.
Jackie Robinson's about
Jackie
it.
Robinson.
That's it.
Yep. Okay,
there's
but
nobody born after 1960 that has a name Jackie. That's a
right.
Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, I would say, is born before 19.
Before 19.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Shoot, yeah. Sorry, Chief.
All right, well, y'all tried it.
That ain't it.
Again, very, you know.
I ain't even doing that. You can't even see my hand. I'm trying to clap right now, but you can't see them.
You're doing this like far away.
Yeah, no.
Before we get out of here, guys, let's throw out our L's. My L of the week, and really for my lifetime, is going to be to Donald Trump, but specifically this week because he tried to post a tweet saying that the Big Ten was going to start up, and he had so many good conversations, and the season was supposed to start immediately, and all this, that, and the third, and then the Big Ten clapped back and said, nah, bruh, we never said that, and also the person that you spoke with doesn't have any decisions that they can actually make in this situation anyway. So my L is to him now and forever.
All right, I co-sign that. My L goes to somebody not too far away from Donald Trump, and that is Kirk Cousins, Mr. Thinking that he's Drago from Rocky IV, telling us that if he dies, he dies when it comes to catching the coronavirus. And look, and he's, you know, I call him Ken Cousins now because he's out here. He's one of those guys like, I'm not gonna wear a mask, and you can't force me to wear a mask, blah blah blah. So just the whole. I'm glad you're being honest and you're speaking your truth, my guy. But when you're in the platform that you have, you gotta be a little bit more aware of what you're saying. And you sound like a big old idiot. And also, we know that you're not that big, tough quarterback. So don't try and be that guy.
You know, it makes so much sense. Do you remember when I did the story about the Minnesota Vikings controlled disease guy getting it? He probably was around Kirk Cousins' punk self. He was like, the guy was probably thinking, I'm doing everything to make sure it's right. But then this fool probably came in without a mask or like, moving around and gave it to him.
If he passes away, no, I'm not wishing that on him, but do we put that on his tombstone? If I die, I die? Because that seems right to me. But anyway, so my L of the week, I'm actually going to give it to the Nets because they passed over Jack, who has out there been making things happen with a team that he knows nothing about. And they passed him over for a guy who has no experience. I get that everyone's saying it's KD and Kyrie who wanted this to happen, but I think you gave a man his just dues for putting in the work, but instead they hired Steve Nash, so they're gonna get the L from me, and if it doesn't work, they're gonna get a bigger L from me this time next year.
That's my
actually, no, not this time next year, because the seasons are off now because of the whole bubble thing, so whenever next year.
Whenever, at some point in 2020.
Maybe next year at this point we'll be getting ready to like start a playoff run.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know. I have
no idea how that's gonna work out.
It starts in December. Yeah, it would like
about
September
about
time,
this time. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'll see. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into the Weekend Zone. Make sure you like, subscribe. You can follow us on all social media, and we'll see you guys Monday for our Fumble Live show, which will air at 11 Pacific.
Oh wait, no.
We got
Tuesday on the Fumble Live.
Weekend.
Yeah.
We got a long weekend.
Happy Labor Day weekend, everyone, and happy Monday off to all of y'all that got Monday off like us. We will see you guys on Tuesday.
Yes.
I gotta get out of here.
Do the dance.
Okay.
You gotta do the dance.
Oh, let's dance out of here. Let's get out of here.